NBC News has learned that some pro-Trump extremists are now using secret online channels to call for violence at President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. Organizers are using an app called Telegram to communicate their plans, with some even sharing knowledge of how to conceal and use homemade guns and bombs, and even how to make them. I want to bring in NBC News senior investigative producer Anna Schecter, who filed this totally disturbing report. Anna, I mean, this is just incredibly alarming. So tell us everything you've learned, what these extremists are planning, and hopefully some peace of mind with how authorities are responding.
Well, authorities are definitely all over this at this point. This is Telegram. Probably a lot of you viewers know what Telegram is. It is an app that you can just download on your phone. And if you know which channels to get into for this kind of extremist content, you can literally just search that channel and get right in. There are some secret channels where some of this extremist content is being shared. And then there are tons of open channels with thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of members, and things like a U.S. Army field manual, bomb making instructions, manuals that the military actually has, are being shared to this platform and were shared after January 6th. They were even shared before, but in the wake of the January 6th storm on the Capitol, membership ballooned. Part of that is because Parler got shut down. So Parler is another app, super easy to download on your phone, and you literally just immediately get fed content. And it was billed as sort of conservative, people on the right, and that is one thing. But what's happening is you get into these apps and it's like an echo chamber. So someone who might be a Trump supporter and be upset about the election, they then start to get fed extremist content. And what I found was so disturbing over the weekend, there was one sort of how to radicalize Trump supporters who are already angry to neo-Nazism was shared on multiple Telegram channels. And it's not even hard to get into them. It was literally using language like, don't sound too extreme. Don't talk about our favorite uncle, which is a reference to Hitler. First get into sort of more soft topics and then get there. So it is extremely disturbing, but from my conversations with law enforcement, they are all over this. There were First Amendment rights issues where we saw some great reporting by my colleagues in the investigative unit that some intelligence wasn't shared as sort of, here's a huge threat for January 6th, because they were concerned, hey, they don't want to bump up against your right to free speech online. Now I think they're recalibrating and they are taking this very seriously. We're just days away from the inauguration, and that's where these guys are looking.
Anna, I mean, I just said this before, but I mean, that's just truly so disturbing to hear. And the thing is in most forums, that kind of thing would not be allowed. It wouldn't fly. So tell us about how the Telegram app works and why it is allowed there. Why is it so appealing for this sort of communication?
That's a great question. So Telegram has historically refused to cooperate with law enforcement, refused to censor their content, and that's partly why it's popular among these people. And what's scary is that there are so many people. So while they're in the tens of thousands, it's not like the millions on Twitter, it's still an echo chamber. So you have tens of thousands of people reading vile, extreme content. It's a great question. Why is it so popular? It's really easy. Like, from a user perspective, I mean, I talk to technologists, they tell me, you know, it's a nice interface. It's easy to use. It looks pretty. You can just quickly upload content. There are channels that you can upload files to. It's almost like a library. And that's where we were seeing these U.S. Army manuals uploaded to these file libraries. And all you do is click on the link and boom, that PDF pops right up. So while the big companies, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, they try to censor this stuff, and sometimes, frankly, they're late to the game. I was seeing extremist content on YouTube over the weekend, and it took them hours to take it down. But they eventually did once I reached out to them about it.
Anna, a very alarming but such an important report. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Great to see you. Have a good day.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.